Commissioner Landman,
Here.
Commissioner Dr. Marks,
Here.
Commissioner Mizrahi,
Here.
Commissioner Shelley, Commissioner Weinberg,
Here.
Mr. Soroka,
Here.
and Mr. Wolfen. You have a quorum.
Thank you.
To the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
If there are any deletions or additions to the agenda,
We have no changes.
okay, then I'm going to ask you please to make special presentations on our Employee Service Awards.
Good evening, everyone. It's my pleasure to honor certain employees that have been with the employment of the City of Aventura. I recognize their longevity with the city. And the first one is Krista Wallner. She's the receptionist on the 5th floor, and she's been with us for 20 years. Why don't you come forward, please? The next award also is for 20 years, and this is for a police officer, John Ogden. If you can come forward, please, for your 20 years of service. We also have another 20-year officer. This is our school resource officer, Manny Gonzalez. He does a great job for us over at the charter school.
Commissioner Landman and I remember you well, officer. And we really want to commend both the officers for their 20 years of service. You make Aventura the kind of place that it is to live in, and we really do appreciate it. The next order of business is the consent agenda, and I'm going to ask if any member of the commission would like to remove an item from the consent agenda. Thank you so much tonight for not removing an item. I'm going to ask for a motion for approval for the consent agenda.
Motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Landman. I'm going to ask for a second. Seconded by Commissioner Shelley. Can I please ask the clerk for a roll call vote?
Commissioner Landman,
Yes.
Commissioner Dr. Marks,
Yes.
Commissioner Mizrahi,
Yes.
Commissioner Shelley, Commissioner Weinberg,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Narodsky,
Yes.
Mayor Weissman.
Yes,
The motion passes.
thank you. 1 second, please. Nothing was removed. We're going to go on to our next item, item 6, zoning hearings, and this is our quasi-judicial public hearing. I'm going to ask the city attorney to read the procedures.
Thank you, Mayor.
City attorney, 1 second. I'm just going to let the people leave. So, Okay, now you can read for the first resolution being considered.
Thank you, Mayor. This is the quasi-judicial portion of the agenda, as you stated. Any persons who desire to offer testimony on these two items, 6A or 6B, may do so under oath. I'll read the title of item 6A. After that, the city clerk will administer the oath to any persons who desire to testify on item 6A or 6B. The first item, 6A, is a resolution of the City Commission of the City of Aventura, Florida, granting conditional use approval to allow the sale and service of alcoholic beverages at a cocktail lounge within the Pub Belly Sushi Restaurant to be established in tenant space number 936 of the Aventura Mall expansion at 19501 Biscayne Boulevard, City of Aventura, and providing for an effective date. At this time, the city clerk could administer the oath to anyone who'd like to testify on item 6A or item 6B. Thank you.
If you'll be providing testimony on either item 6A or 6B, I need you to stand up, raise your right hand, and be sworn in at this time. If you think we'll be commenting on these items, I need you to be sworn in at this time also. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? I do. Thank you.
Okay, can I have a motion for approval of Resolution A? Motion made by Commissioner Shelley. Can I have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Commissioner Landman. I'm going to ask our Community Development Director, Ms. Joanne Carr, to present the staff report.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor. I've been sworn in. I would like to enter the staff report into the record. The applicant, PBS Aventura LLC, doing business as Pub Belly Sushi, is requesting conditional use approval to sell and serve alcoholic beverages at the cocktail lounge bar area within the Pub Belly Sushi restaurant that is to be established in tenant space number 936 at the Aventura Mall expansion at 19501 Biscayne Boulevard. And staff is recommending approval of the application subject to conditions. I'll put up a location plan. Thank you. The restaurant is to be located in the mall expansion at Aventura Mall. There is a close-up of the new mall expansion area. It is this part of the mall here. This is Macy's, JCPenney, Nordstrom, and the Pub Belly restaurant is proposed in this ground floor tenant space in the piazza area of the mall. This is a floor plan of the restaurant. It has approximately 2,985 square feet of floor area and about 450 square feet of an outdoor patio. There are 54 seats at tables indoors, 24 seats at tables on the outdoor patio, and then 16 seats at the bar area inside the restaurant here that are highlighted in yellow. The restaurant and cocktail lounge are both permitted uses in the B2 community business zoning district. There's Chapter 4 of our city code that regulates the sale and service of alcoholic beverages, and it does require distance and spacing. It's 2,500 feet from a religious facility or school and 1,500 feet from another business with a liquor license. This chapter also has a list of exemptions to this distance and spacing requirement, and a restaurant that serves full course meals that are prepared daily on the premises is one of the exemptions. So the actual dining room in the restaurant meets that exception and is not part of the conditional use. The conditional use is required for this bar area, because the exception in Chapter 4 of our city code says you can serve at a bar area, but the restaurant has to have at least 200 seats and at least 4,000 square feet of floor area. This restaurant has 94 instead of 200 seats and about 2,985 square feet of floor area instead of the 4,000 square feet. and that's the reason that this application is before you tonight. The application has been evaluated using the criteria for approval of conditional uses in Section 3173C of the City Code and has been found to meet these criteria. Staff recommends approval of the application with these following conditions. The first is that the approval be granted exclusively to PBS Aventura LLC, doing business as Potbelly Sushi, in tenant space number 936 in the Aventura Mall expansion, and may not be transferred to another owner and/or operator of the restaurant. The second is that alcoholic beverages be sold and served only in conjunction with the service of food. Number three is customers will not be permitted to remove an individual glass of alcoholic beverage or any open container from the restaurant, but may purchase sealed bottles for off-premises consumption, and that's pursuant to the applicable state license that they will get. The applicant shall obtain an alcoholic beverage license from the state of Florida, begin sales and service of alcoholic beverages within 12 months of the date of the resolution, or the approvals granted shall be deemed null and void unless extended by a motion of the City Commission at the written request of the applicant, provided that the applicant has filed this request for extension within that 12-month period. The next condition is that the applicant comply with the hours of operation allowed to bars and cocktail lounges in the City Code, and that is between 8 a.m. and 1 a.m. the following day. That the applicant conduct responsible vendor training pursuant to Florida statutes to ensure that no sales are made to underage customers or to customers who may have been overserved at other establishments. The next condition is that the conditional use may be approval may be terminated in the event the city manager determines that the approval has created and or is creating a disturbance to the community. And in that case, the applicant agrees to immediately discontinue sales and service of alcoholic beverages upon written notice. And the last condition is that any discontinuation of the sales and service of alcoholic beverages for a period of 180 consecutive days shall constitute abandonment of the conditional use and rescind the approval. And I'll be happy to answer any questions.
At this time, does the applicant have any comments?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. For the record, Brian Adler, law offices at Bills and Sundberg, 1450 Brickell Avenue, Suite 2300, Miami, Florida. I'm pleased to be here representing PBS Aventura LLC as they bring the Potbelly Sushi to the city of Aventura. Their founding chef is Jose Medin, who opened their first venue back in October of 2011. He was on the opening team of Nobu Miami, has worked in Nobu London, Sushi Samba. He's a world-acclaimed chef. And what he's doing with Potbelly Sushi is bringing the casual dining atmosphere with great quality food and service. What we have is really, when you're looking at, most sushi restaurants often have a seating in a bar type of situation around a sushi area. So what this is similar to many other sushi establishments, but what they're looking to do is serve alcohol for consumption on the premises. Their menu, and so I'm not in the White House, so I can promote my clients' items. They do have not only sushi, sashimi, and oysters, but they do have robata as well as fish, steaks, and a full menu. If they had actually 4,000 square feet instead of 2,985, and if they had 200 seats, they could actually serve at the cocktail menu without a conditional use. But because they have less, we're here for conditional use approval from you. We appreciate your time. I'm going to refrain from calling up Mickey Marrero, who's a big fan of Potbelly Sushi, in the interest of time. But I am here to answer any questions that you may have. So.
Does any member of the commission have any questions or comments? Commissioner Landman?
I'm very excited that Potbelly Sushi is coming to Aventura. One of the things that I hear from residents is, we need more restaurants, we need to bring culture, cuisine, and if you've been to it, it's a great location, so I'm very excited to hear about this. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other? No? Then I'm going to open the item for public comment. Is there anyone from the public that would like to address this item? All right, I'm going to close the item for public comment, and I'm going to ask the clerk for a roll call vote, but I too want to say I'm delighted that Pub Belly's coming to Aventura. I think it's a perfect spot, and I'm really happy that you're bringing it here.
Thank you.
Commissioner Landman,
Yes.
Commissioner Dr. Marks,
Yes.
Commissioner Mizrahi,
Yes.
Commissioner Shelley, Commissioner Weinberg,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Narodsky,
Yes.
Mayor Weissman.
Yes.
The motion passes.
And please let it be known that not only South Beach and the Design District get really avant-garde restaurants.
Thank
Very
you.
pleased.
And they should be opening in November, so hopefully. So.
That's great.
Thank you all.
Okay, I'm going to ask the attorney to read Resolution B.
Thank you, Mayor. A resolution of the City Commission of the City of Aventura, Florida, granting conditional use approval to permit the sale of beer and wine at the CVS store located in the Commercial Plaza at 2962 Aventura Boulevard, City of Aventura, notwithstanding the spacing and distance requirements for the sale and service of alcoholic beverages regulated by Section 4-2A and Section 4-2B of the City Code, providing for an effective date.
Okay, can I ask for a motion for approval of the resolution?
Motion.
Motion made by Vice Mayor Narodsky. Can I ask for a second? Second made by Commissioner Shelley. I'm going to ask Ms. Carr to present the staff report.
Thank you, Mayor. I've been sworn in. I would like to enter the staff report into the record. The applicant, Regency Centers LP, on behalf of CVS Pharmacy, is requesting conditional use approval to sell wine and beer in the pharmacy to be established in the Regency Center Plaza at 2962 Aventura Boulevard. Staff is recommending approval of the application subject to conditions. And I'll put up a location plan so everyone can see where this is. Regency Center, many people may know it as the old Public Center Plaza. It's at the corner of Northeast 29th Place and Aventura Boulevard. It's presently under construction. This is the approved site plan for the site. Under construction right now is the new public store. It has surface parking underneath the store. The store's on top of it. It's about 58,000 square feet, so that's at the south end of the plaza. In the middle are 3 retail buildings that are about between 6,500 and 7,500 square feet each, and then surface parking in front of them. The CVS Pharmacy is to be built at the north limit of the site. It's about 14,000 square feet standalone with a drive-through. And the request is to sell wine and beer in the pharmacy, and they've given us a floor plan, and they show about 10 square feet of the area will be used for beer sales, and about 34 square feet on a shelf for wine is what they're requesting. Again, it's Chapter 4 of the City Code that regulates sale and service of alcoholic beverages. This chapter provides that unless it's first approved as a conditional use, each establishment must be located a minimum of 2,500 feet from a religious facility or school and 1,500 feet from another non-exempt business with a liquor license. The liquor survey that the applicant has submitted with this application shows 2 non-exempt establishments within 1,500 feet, and those are the Walgreens Pharmacy to the north of this plaza on Aventura Boulevard, which also received conditional use recently for wine and beer sales, and the Winn-Dixie Liquor Store that's in the Promenade Plaza on Northeast 207th Street. The survey also shows 1 religious facility and 3 schools within the 2,500 feet. Those are the Aventura Turnberry Jewish Center, Tauber School at the Aventura Turnberry Jewish Center, KLA Preschool, and Miami-Dade Learning Center, both in the Promenade Plaza. So Chapter 4 of the City Code contains a list of 10 exemptions to the distance and spacing requirement. The CVS Pharmacy does not meet any of those exemptions, and therefore conditional use approval is required before they sell wine and beer in the pharmacy. The application has been evaluated using the criteria for approval of conditional uses in Section 3173C of the City Code and has been found to meet these criteria. Staff recommends approval of the application with the following conditions. That the approval be granted exclusively to the CVS store in the Regency Center's Commercial Plaza at 2962 Aventura Boulevard, City of Aventura. That the use be established within 12 months of the date of the resolution or the approval granted shall expire unless extended by a motion of the City Commission at the written request of the applicant. The sale of wine and beer shall be established in conjunction with the proposed CVS store. The conditional use approval will terminate in the event the store use is not established or is terminated. The applicant shall obtain a state license for package sales only with no consumption on premises. The sale of alcoholic beverages shall be terminated in the event that the City Commission determines after public hearing that the operation has created or may tend to create a disturbance to the community. A public hearing shall be set if the city manager finds probable cause to believe that a disturbance has been created based upon complaints received or from the city manager's observation. And the last condition is that the applicant shall comply with the hours of operation allowed to establishments for package sales pursuant to Section 4.3 of the City Code. And those hours are 8 a.m. to 10 p.m., except that beer can be sold as long as the pharmacy is open. I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Let me ask the applicant if they have any comments.
Good evening, Madam Mayor, members of the Commission. Mickey Murrah from law firm Burke, Howardell, Fernandez and Larkin, 200 South Biscayne Boulevard, here on behalf of Regency and CVS. And Brian was correct, I'm a big fan of Potbelly Sushi, but I'm also a big fan of CVS. I think very different. We don't have a fancy chef. We don't have anybody from Nobu, but I think they provide a great service. As you all, I'm sure, have been to many CVS stores, there's a pretty expected line of services that they provide for their customers, from suntan lotion to towels to bag of chips, and also beer and wine. And like any other CVS you've been to, they just like to sell what they sell everywhere else, modestly, beer and wine. And the conditions that Joanne has read to you, we're certainly fine with. They're the same ones that Walgreens agreed to with their conditional use for the same thing. So we're happy to move forward with the conditions proposed by staff. If you all have any questions, happy to answer them.
So, Mickey, when I go get my flu shot, I can't get a glass of wine?
Well, nothing will prohibit you from doing that, but I wouldn't recommend it.
Okay, does any member of the commission have any comments or questions?
Just for clarity, did you bring any samples that I may review?
Of beer and wine, no. I don't think the City Hall has a license to sell beer and wine yet. So I'd have to.
Also, they, correct me if I'm wrong, maybe you don't know that, didn't they cease the sale of tobacco products not long ago?
They did. About 2 years ago, as a company nationally, they ceased the sales of tobacco products at all their stores because they really didn't feel that they could be a health provider in the way that they are and sell that product. So they are a very responsible community entity. Thank you for that.
Very good. Anyone else? And it was an excellent point, Commissioner, really and truly. Okay, if there are no other comments, I'll ask if there's anyone from the public that wishes to address this item. Seeing that there are none, I will close it for public comment, and I will ask the clerk for a roll call vote.
Commissioner Landman?
Yes.
Commissioner Dr. Marks?
Yes.
Commissioner Mizrahi?
Yes.
Commissioner Shelley? Commissioner Weinberg?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Narodsky?
Yes.
Mayor Weissman?
Yes.
Motion passes.
The next order of business, we have no ordinances for first reading this month, so we're going to item number 8, ordinances second reading, and I'm going to ask the city attorney to read the ordinance to be considered for second reading.
Thank you, Mayor. An ordinance of the City Commission of the City of Aventura, Florida, amending ordinance number 2016-13, which ordinance adopted a budget for the 2016-2017 fiscal year by revising the 2016-2017 fiscal year operating and capital budget as outlined in Exhibit A attached hereto, authorizing the city manager to do all things necessary to carry out the aims of this ordinance and providing for an effective date.
Can I please have a motion for approval of the ordinance on second and final reading? The motion was made by Commissioner Weinberg, second, Commissioner Mizrahi. I'm going to open up the item for public comment. Is there anyone from the public that would like to address it? Okay, I'm going to close it for public comment, and I'm going to ask if any member of the commission has any questions or comments. Seeing as there are none, I will ask the clerk for a roll call vote.
Commissioner Landman,
Yes.
Commissioner Dr. Marks,
Yes.
Commissioner Mizrahi,
Yes.
Commissioner Shelley, Commissioner Weinberg,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Narowski,
Yes.
Mayor Weissman.
Yes.
The motion passes on second and final reading.
Thank you. We have no resolutions. I'm not sure. Do we have any reports? I know that we had a number of events that happened this past month, and I'm not sure. Daniel Nyam, would you like to come up from our Community Services Committee and address some of the things that did happen in Aventura?
Yes, good
Thank you
evening.
so much.
Commissioner, City Manager, thank you so much. On behalf of the Community Services Advisory Board, I will present to you a list of all future events for the next few weeks. The Green Market fosters community and supports small businesses with a host of vendors, including orchid sellers, organic fruit and vegetable farmers, and specialty food producers. The Green Market was held last Sunday, April 2nd, and will be held again on Sunday, April 23rd, from 9 to 1 p.m. at Founders Park, South, located at 3105 Northeast 190 Street, directly across from the Founders Park entrance. The second one was Yoga in the Park. The City of Aventura will offer complimentary yoga at Founders Park on Friday, April 14, and Friday, April 28 at 9 a.m. for residents. Also, there's a great event going on, the Air Day and Arbor Day. The City of Aventura will celebrate being named a Tree City USA for the 20th consecutive year by the National Arbor Day Foundation at the annual Air Day and Arbor Day ceremony. The ceremony will be held at 9:30 a.m. on Friday, April the 28th, at the Aventura Arts and Cultural Center, located at 3385 Northeast 188th Street. And last one, the movie night. We just had the amazing Moana also last Sunday. And please join us with your friends and neighbors for another family-friendly outdoor movie screening at the City of Aventura Movie Night featuring Sing on Saturday, May 6th at Founders Park, located at 3105 Northeast 190th Street. The park will open at 7 p.m. and the movie will start at 8 p.m. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Daniel. Thank you. Great job. Any reports or comments from any of the commissioners? Vice Mayor Narowski?
I just had one thing quickly. I know in your absence last month, I had the privilege of going to FIU, where they had a government forum, and Mayor Vallejo from North Miami Beach was there, and just wanted to say it was exciting because you had a lot of the government students there that were interested in public service. So it was a nice thing to see that young people were trying to get involved. And I told them to come here tonight, but I guess they had other plans. So
He's had a little water problem lately in his city. I also would like to make a comment about the new pedestrian lights that have gone up. They're absolutely fabulous. Everyone that's gone by them really has had such positive comments, and they certainly are better than the little 2-foot signs that no one knew what to do with. So I want to thank you very much, City Manager, for making this a reality and having it done so quickly. Is there any other business? We certainly do. We have our crop report and our outstanding crop reporter, so please come up.
Thank you, Mayor. All righty. Good evening, everyone. For those of you who don't know, my name is Nathaniel Manor. I am the crop representative from Dr. Michael M. Crop Senior High School. I am the vice president of the student government, and I'm here to basically relate to you all some of the recent achievements that crop has held within the past month. So, for those of you who don't know, crop excels in the 4 different A's. We have athletics, academics, activities, and the arts, and we like to focus on each one of those 4, especially within our achievements in each one of those 4. So I'll go down some of them for you just so you can get a little bit of a sense of what crop's been up to in the past month. So one of our instrumental magnet students was accepted into the San Francisco Conservatory of Music, which is one of the most prestigious in the country. In terms of our district music performance assessments, that just happened within the past week. And within the wind ensemble, we had straight superiors, symphonic band superior, string orchestra was straight superior, and 17 students earned superior overall, as well as 51 students earning superiors in string solos. In terms of sports, our water polo teams for girls and boys, they were district champions. For tennis, they just competed at the GMAC tournament, which is the entire greater Miami area, the competition for that, which they were the champions of. In graphics, we were awarded in the Miami-Dade County Fair and Expo with 7 special awards and 1 Best in Show, which is the greatest in crop history. At State Science Fair, which is also a great achievement for us, we had 2 students. One got 3rd place in chemistry, one got 2nd place in biomedical and health sciences, which is a great achievement because that's a freshman and a sophomore, so that's good for the crop legacy. And of course, our recent college acceptances, that's been rolling in. Just within the past 2 weeks, we've had MIT, we've had Cornell, Columbia, Vanderbilt, Yale, Duke, UPenn, Washington University, Northwestern, NYU, and Boston University, just to name a few. And of course, Mayor Wiseman wasn't here last month when I presented this. However, February 25th marked our hosting of the debate tournament, which was open to all South Florida debaters. It is called the CFL League, which is known to many in the speech and debate community, and we hosted nearly 1,500 individuals in the school, around 800 competitors, and it is ranked one of the best tournaments in South Florida, which was a very, very big achievement for us, given that in over a decade we weren't able to host one, which is really, really great for our speech and debate team, and our Model UN team just went to a competition, got a few best delegations, which is a big feat for us. And if you have any other questions about CROP as a school and CROP as an entity, I'd be glad to take them. Thank you so much.
I have one question to ask
Sure.
you, and I'm not sure if you'll know it or not, but I
Yes.
believe Coach Schiffman was recognized. Can you tell me about that?
I'm actually not sure of that, but of course, Coach Schiffman does her Shape Up with Shiffy activities on a daily basis or other day. I'm not really sure, but if you ever go outside, you'll see them running the circle, running up the stairs of the commission building, and we actually just hosted something in Crop, a student government initiative called the Lightning Life Hacks, which were basically different, sort of a New Year, New Me, but a spring cleaning type of spin on it, where we had a Shape Up with Shiffy open to all the students, not at 6 p.m. over here. Sometimes it's tricky for those, but right after school in the gymnasium, we had attendance of over 200 kids come, and with that initiative, we also had a guide to the college application process by 2 of our seniors, Jordan Gottlieb, who is Susan's granddaughter, and that was hosted by her. So that was something that student government led, which was a very, very great initiative, which had an excellent turnout. And Coach Schiffman was very impactful in that as well.
Well, if no one knows, she does do it free of charge, up and down the steps of City Hall, around the circle. She's a tough coach. She takes no prisoners, and often when we leave City Hall after our meeting, she's out there with working out because she feels that healthy lifestyles and exercise are great for the community. Thank you so much.
So much.
Anybody else, any questions?
Thank you.
How are we preparing for the FCAT? Well, good luck. Good luck to the school.
Coming up next 2 weeks.
No sleep. No sleep for AP test, advanced placement exams. Is there any other business? Seeing as there's none, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Of course, Robert, you may. Come on up.
I have some exciting news for you. I want you all commissioners to mark your calendar for May night at 6:30, you will be invited to our annual banquet at the Aventura Chabad of the reason I bring the news they asked me if I would be Man of the Year for them, and I humbly said yes.
Robert, thank you. Wonderful. Thank you for the invitation. May 9th, 6:30 at the Chabad, and I think you'll see many of us there.
Yes.
Thank you.
Looking forward to it.
With that, we did have a motion for an adjournment. Can I have a second?
I'll second that.
Seconded by Commissioner Shelley. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you very much. The meeting is adjourned.